Welcome back. All right, guys, we're gonna make a spatula. I'm gonna use a 16 gauge steel, and there's my logo there, just a little mountain with a moon on it. And I went ahead and punched the holes off camera. Not punched them, but I drilled them. And I put a little lip right there to help ease with the picking up the flipping of an egg. So that's 3/8 inch mild steel, about 6 inches long. Okay, here I'm just going to square off the round bar. It's not completely squared off, but it's enough to cause an edge there to show off the twist, because you can't twist a round bar and it won't show anything. So got to put a little bit of a edge to it. So that's just a little bit squared off a bit. Okay, now I'm just going to use a crescent wrench, or some people you call it a adjustable wrench, on there to twist the bar. And got to open it first. And I'm going to do a 180, I'm sorry, not 180, 360 degree turn. Just one simple turn there. Just enough to give a little character to the bar. And while it's still hot, I'm going to go ahead and use a vise to straighten it out. Because when you twist it, it seems to always get out of plane. I'm just going to put the bar back in its plane. And let's do some tweaking on the angle just to get it just right. Okay, there you go, just simple twist. Now this side is going to be the handle side, which is on your. I'm going to be sitting there on your palm or your hand, and just a little taper just to make it feel good in the hand. Okay, on this side we're going to go ahead and put the step on the bar there that will receive the spatula, and just going to get it nice and flat there, nice and straight, so the rivets have a nice place to sit at. Okay, seems to fit, and I'll drill those holes out in just a second. Just tweaking a little bit more to make sure it's nice and straight. And knock off some of that scale that's built up on there, and although I'll clean it up a little bit more off camera. Okay, here's the bar. As you can see, a little center punch there, so I marked it as close to center to the bar as I could get it. And now I'm going to just put a pair of pliers there to hold it in place while I drill it out. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of copper um, for the rivets, so I'm going to measure exactly how much I need. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and I'll just set it just like that, and I use a magic marker to mark where I need to cut it off. Okay, now to the bandsaw. And I'm going to cut it off just enough to where I can get a pair of pliers to just break the rest of it off. Okay, here I'm at the anvil, and I'm using the washer just to give it a little bit of a space there, so I don't rivet the whole side of the rivet on one side, and it gives me a little bit of space there to do that. And this is sped up, of course, because it takes a while to peen that down. Now the copper is pretty soft, so you can peen it cold, but it does take a little bit of time, and you don't want to use too heavy a hammer, because if not, it'll split the copper. And that way it slowly gets riveted without splitting the copper. And I think the copper looks nicer on against the steel. Although you can use steel rivets, but this looks a little bit better. Okay, come back, did the other hole off camera, and I'll peen this side too. And then off camera, I use the flap disc to clean up the sides of the spatula. As you can see, when I flip it over, you can tell it extends past the bar. And so that flap disc works really well and cleans it up pretty good. And also off camera, I was on the other side of the spatula, the handle side, I was able to put a little bit of a curvature in it. And I did that cold, because it just takes a very little bit. And I did that on the horn of the anvil. Okay. That looks pretty good. All right, now we're in the kitchen. I can do a test run on this. Crack one egg. I always crack my eggs inside a bowl because I hate getting shells, and then once you get in the pan and it's hot, it's almost impossible to get them out without making a big mess. Here I'm just showing you how the curvature of the, I don't want to say it was curvature, but just the bend of the spatula. That did that also off camera. Just a simple little bend to facilitate the use of the spatula inside a pan. Just wait a couple of seconds there for the egg to cook enough and not to break it. It'll shimmy, and there you go. I think it works really well. As you can see, I cleaned up the edges there, and I think the copper does look pretty nice. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by, and remember, keep on forging.